Okay, so UConn women's basketball put up a show against Ohio State. Let's talk about it. Okay, so starting off with Azzi Fudd, as I always do for these reviews, she finishes with 19 points, 7 to 16 shooting, 5 3-pointers made, demon. She got no free throw attempts, which I definitely think she should have got some, like an and one or two, but she doesn't really get to the line a whole lot. We got 3 rebounds, we got 7 assists, which is absolutely insane. Love her playmaking. 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 block, okay? My overall takeaways on Azzi's game, at the beginning, it wasn't her best day from the field, but I really love in the second half kind of how she turned it around for herself. She even had that shot going into the half, so I really love that as well. It kind of reminded me of that Iowa game. If you guys have seen that game, kind of a similar story in regards to that. So I will definitely say those things, okay? We had 5 3-pointers made, and I thought that even whenever, you know, her shot wasn't the best, she was still doing a lot of positive things. When we look at her playmaking, 7 assists. There was that one play where I think Sarah assisted her for the 3, and then she assisted Sarah for something, and I'm like, this is what the fans wanted to see. So I thought that her playmaking and her bringing up the ball up the court, you know, that's something that I love to see, and just, you know, how she's continuing to do that and everything, you know, getting the shots for herself as well, hitting some threes. I don't know. I think she did a little bit of everything. I don't know if I talked about her defense yet, but Azzi's defense is always so good, okay? Whenever we're seeing 2 steals and 1 block. So she set the stat sheet and everything, and Azzi Fudd is Azzi Fudd, okay? So I think that this was a decent game for Azzi. I also think that they were playing some good defense for her as well. Like, she would get the ball, they would kind of like collapse in on her and everything as well. I would like to see them set, you know, some more screens for her and stuff. Sure, I will say those things. Maybe a few more plays could have been ran for her, but I mean, hey, that's just my opinion overall. But, you know, I think it was a decent showing for Azzi Fudd today. This was a play that I loved, her 3. We love it. This was another 3 that she had, so I love that as well. Also, shout out to my friend Cece, because she did go to the game. She got some more clips for me to share today of Azzi and everything, and Sarah, I believe, as well. So I'll put them right here so you guys can watch them. But shout out to Cece.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah!
We talk about Sarah Strong. This was a Sarah Strong game. This was a masterclass for Sarah Strong, okay? She finishes overall 29 points, okay? I believe this is a career high for Sarah Strong. 12 of 17 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. She was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, a double-double. Y'all know I love me a good double-double. We had 7 assists, 0 turnovers, great assist to turnover ratio, okay? 5 steals and 3 blocks as well, okay? And from the rebounds, 11 of them were defensive rebounds. So you see that, and then we had 2 offensive rebounds. So Sarah Strong is a generational player. Like I said, this was a Sarah Strong game, and she wasn't going to be denied. You know, they just couldn't really stop her. And she can just get her shot in a variety of ways. You're going to see her hit the threes. You know, she can hit a midi. She can also get to the bucket and, you know, get those shots in, get those and ones as well. So Sarah's just somebody who can really do it all, just from a scoring perspective, and I just really enjoy seeing her play and her high IQ on the floor. And then, like I said, we're looking at 7 assists to 0 turnovers, okay? So her playmaking is absolutely insane, okay? Speaking of her playmaking, I love this. This was her assist to Sarah Williams, okay? Launched it all the way down the court and got the nice assist, okay? And these are just the things that you love to see from Sarah Strong. Sarah Strong is a generational player. She's going to be fantastic and, you know, one of the premier players in the college game and in the W for a very, very long time. But this was just a special performance from Sarah Strong. She can really do it all, and I just really love what she's doing with her leadership as well. Like, I saw her calling the huddle. I love to see that and everything. I saw her kind of emoting after she got a bucket too. They just couldn't stop her. She wasn't going to be denied, and she's just an awesome player. Like, I don't even have words for Sarah Strong, really. That reminds me, but Paige made this tweet. She says Sarah Strong, no words exactly, because she was dicing them up. So we love to see it. This was another play that I love from Sarah, but this block and then she able to score on the other end, okay? Kind of remind me of something that she did similar in that Arkansas State game in the tournament. But yeah, Sarah generational. She can really do it all, get a bucket anytime she wants, but she's just so good on both sides of the ball. Really love this play. Okay, so now we look at everyone else for UConn. Okay, so for Sarah Williams, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the floor, no 3-pointers made, 2 of 2 free throws. She had 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 turnovers, 1 steal, 0 block, 0 offensive rebound, 3 defensive rebounds. What I thought was really interesting was that she took the first shot in the game. If you've been watching every single game from UConn this season, you notice that Azzi always takes the first shot in the game. So I'm guessing that was intentional, kind of just to get her in rhythm a little bit more, because for the regular season, she's kind of struggled a little bit. I feel like the last game, you know, she played better, and then this game she did as well. We're looking at an efficient 5 of 7 from the floor. We're looking at 12 points. So I think ultimately, like, her points are going to go up and everything. And I think they're just trying to find a way to, like, use her best and everything. She took a midi, so I appreciated the attempt at the very least. So I think the confidence will start to grow more and more for Sarah Williams. But I thought she did some good stuff today for the UConn team. We look at Ashlyn Shade. She had 10 points. She was 4 of 8 from the floor. She was 2 of 3 from the three-point line. No free throws. She had, I believe, 2 rebounds. She had 4 assists. She had 2 turnovers. She had 2 steals, 0 blocks, 2 offensive rebounds, 0 defensive rebounds. My takeaways in Ashlyn Shade is I think this was one of her better games. You guys know that I've had my criticisms with Ashlyn Shade in the starting lineup. I still, for the record, don't think that she should be in the starting lineup and everything. But I think that this was one of her better games. In terms of the scoring perspective, I thought that she did some more positive things on the floor. So, I'll give her that. I still don't think she should be starting, and I'll, say that. But, it was one of her better games. So I'll say those things as well. We look at KK Arnold. We had 0 points, 0 3 from the floor, 0 1 from the three-point line. No free throws. She had 2 rebounds. She had 5 assists. She had 2 turnovers. She had 1 steal. She had 0 blocks. She had 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound. My takeaways on KK in this game is KK, for the most part, it was like she was invisible. It was like she was ineffective in this game. Like I said, when you're seeing Azzi and Sarah continually have more assists in her, I'll give her, the fact that she did, I believe, have 5 assists in this basketball game. So I'll give her that at least because I've been, critical of that and saying she needs more assists. So I'll give her that. But when you only take 3 shots in the basketball game, should have took at least 5. And this was a huge game. Okay? She has some great players around her that can make shots, okay? But when other people are not having a good game, she's going to have to step up, and in general she's just going to have to, like, this is the third year, and a game with 0 basketball points. I'm sorry, I said it wrong and everything. I don't know. It's just, when are we going to have an honest conversation about KK Arnold's performance on the UConn team this year, okay? And people, said stuff in my comments and disagree with me. But at the end of the day, we have the access to the same tape. We watch the same games. I don't know how we can all watch the same games and people coming to a widely different conclusion as to what our contribution has been. Because 0 points in a basketball game. And I'm not supposed to critique that and some of the other stuff that she does that's negative on the floor and everything. And there was this one pass. Somebody got the set. I don't remember who got her the ball, and she literally blew the open layup. She was right there. Just plays like that. 0 points in the game and stuff. She'll have some good moments defensively, but offensively, as a facilitator, I haven't been seeing it. When you can't score the basketball, it just gets to a point, guys. It just gets to a point. I don't think that she should be starting. I said this and y'all disagree with me, but it is what it is. Continue on to the bench players for today. Okay, Blanca had 18 points, 7-11 from the floor. She was 2 of 3 from the three-point line. She was 2 free throws. She had 4 rebounds. She had 1 assist. She had 5 turnovers. She had 2 steals. She had 1 block, 0 offensive rebound, 4 defensive rebound. Number one, now, I did not know she had 5 turnovers before I looked at this. We have to clean the turnovers up, okay? It's been that, and I feel like she's got to take her time more in transition, and she kind of gets sped up at times. Those are my only critiques for her, and I feel like she will learn those things in time. Outside of that, I thought Blanca played extremely well today, okay? And I really like that lineup that he did with, like, Azzi, K9, Blanca, Allie, Sarah Strong, I believe. He needs to do that lineup more. That's the lineup that I want to start. I thought that was a really good lineup, and I wish he would have played them more. But she was effective, okay? That 3 that she had was insane. You're seeing her get some and ones as well. She had 10 points in 10 minutes in this game. So just proving what she can do. And, she can score, she can assist, she can rebound, she can play really good defense. So I really think she can kind of be that 3 player for this team. And I think that, he said he's going to ramp up her minutes more, and we're seeing positive things in that regard. Have to keep it low on the turnovers. That's my big thing. And the transition points as well. And there was a shot in the game where Azzi was wide open in the corner, and then she went for a contested layup moment. I won't be too harsh on her and everything because it's her first year and things that she will learn and everything. Just something that was worth noting. But I thought Blanca was really positive for this team when you have 10 points in 10 minutes, and ultimately what she was able to do on the floor, efficient. I like those things. Yana, I don't believe recorded any stats in this game. So yeah, I don't think she played a whole lot in this game if she did at all. Jana, we're looking at 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 3-pointers, no free throws. I think she had 6 rebounds, which is good. No assists, no turnover, no steal, no block, 4 offensive rebounds. Jen has some good stuff in her limited time that she's able to play. So, I guess that's my takeaways on Jenna. She hasn't really got to play a whole lot in these games, but she's been able to do some positive, so I will say that. Khalees, 4 points, 1 of 2 shooting, no threes, 2 of 2 free throws, and I think that's all the recorded stats she got at least. She's only really playing in garbage time, so not a whole lot to report there. Like I said, I think that, it's just going to take some time for her development, so, I give grace. K9, 1.02 shooting, 0-1 from the 3-point line, 1 to 2 free throws, no rebounds. I believe we got 2 assists, 1 turnover, I think 1 steal, 0 blocks. My takeaways on K9, unfortunately, she was just ineffective in this game. She didn't really do a whole lot. I don't know what happens there. Last game, she got hurt, so I gave grace with that. But I don't know. Where's the K9 that was giving me like 12 points a game and everything? The assists are kind of down. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he's not utilizing her enough. I don't know if it's a thing off the floor, on the floor. I don't know. But I just think it was an off game for K9. I just think she wasn't effective in this game. Unfortunately, you hope the next game she bounces back, but I just don't really think K9 did much in this game. If I'm going to keep it a buck, I appreciate that she looks for Azzi and the positive things that she can do. I just don't think she did a whole lot in this game, if I'm going to be honest. And we'll look at Ali Zabel. Okay, so I believe she had 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 1 of 5 from the 3-point line, no free throws. I believe she had 3 rebounds, does that say? 3 assists. We had 1 turnover, we had 0 steal, we had 1 block, we had 1 offensive rebound. Didn't really do a whole lot, She had a little bit of stuff, but I don't know. She's had other games that are better. Caroline, 0.01 from the floor, no threes, no free throws, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and I think that's all of her recorded stats, okay? So here's everyone's stats for Ohio State. So Elsa 2, I'll just read the points. Jelani Cambridge 17, Kiss 9, Gray 9, Cambridge 10. For Kennedy Cambridge. And then we look at Henry 0, Hobbs 2, Martin 0, Dasha 0, Watson 7, and Todd 12, okay? I move out the way, you can see all the stats and everything from the field goal percentage and everything, but that's everyone for Ohio State and their contributions for today's basketball game. I didn't start showing these for these games, but I didn't know ESPN had this feature, but, you can see the scoring throughout the quarters. So the first quarter, it was pretty close, okay? So UConn 27-24, second quarter, that's when they really broke it open, 23-6, third quarter 29-21, and fourth quarter 21-17. And the fourth quarter, fourth quarter, for the most part, that was garbage time, but overall score is 100-68. Okay, so important to share, and I'll kind of talk about my thoughts on how UConn played this overall game, what they need to do better at the very end. But so leading scores for this basketball game, Jelani Cambridge with 17 and Sarah Strong with 29. Take a look at the advanced metrics for today's game. Okay, so for UConn, they were 39-75 from the field, which is 52%, which is pretty good. 12-27 from the 3-point line, 44%. From the free throw line, 10 of 11. From the free throw line, 91%. We're looking at rebounds, 40 total rebounds, 14 offensive, 26 defensive, which is great. Assists, 30 assists. Steals, 14. Blocks, 6. Total turnovers, 13. Points off turnovers, we got 37. We got fast break points, 27, aka points in transition. We look at points in the paint, we got 54, I believe it says. Then we have fouls, 19. No technical fouls, and largest lead in the game was 35, AZ jersey number. Okay. We look at Ohio State, 27-59 field goals, which is going to be 46%. 8-25 from the 3-point line, which is 32% from the 3-point line. Free throws, 6 of 9, which is 67%. 6-7. And then we continue on to the rebounds, 31 total rebounds, 9 offensive, okay, and 22 defensive. Assists, 7. Steals, I believe that's 6. Block, 6. Total turnovers, 24 that they had in this game. And they had 13 points off of turnovers, 12 fast break points, 28 points in the paint, 14 fouls, 0 technical fouls, and we had a large lead of 4 for them in this basketball game. So now I want to talk about what UConn did well in this basketball game and why they won, what I didn't like from UConn, and what they can kind of do better at, per se. Okay, so what did UConn do well in this game? Why did they win? When you got players like Sarah Strong and Azzi Fudd, you're probably going to win every single game. So I think that, obviously I think Blanca performed really well. But, we had multiple people in double figures. So, obviously that was really positive and everything. And just able to capitalize on the opportunities for the most part. Players being wide open. You see the assists that were had in the basketball game, I thought were very positive as well. So I think that's ultimately why. And then kind of talking about how the game went in general. In the beginning, you guys saw, it was close. And I think the thing that happened in the beginning is just not shooting well at some points, maybe just missing some easy shots. And then I thought that the defense in the first quarter wasn't great. I thought that they weren't getting there quick enough to ultimately contest the shots and to close out on the 3-point shots. And the 3-point line for Ohio State, they were doing good from the 3-point line. So they just weren't getting there fast enough to close out on that. So I thought that was a problem. And the defense wasn't my favorite. I thought in the second quarter started doing better with some scoring. I thought that the defense tightened up as well, and I thought that Ohio State just wasn't playing as well in terms of their shooting and stuff, in terms of their defense as well. So I think after, the second quarter kind of like broke open, so to speak. And so I think that there are some big parts in that. But what I'd like to see be done better for this UConn team in the future, starting lineup has to change. Like I said, KK takes too long to get going, scored no points in this basketball. I mean, Ashlyn Shade, I don't know, it's still not moving me in the starting lineup. It's still not moving me in the starting lineup. Okay, so I think Blanca got to be in the starting lineup. I think K9 needs to start. K9, hopefully she has a better performance next game. But I think that these are things that ultimately need to happen. We saw how effective that was on the floor today, so I think he needs to move over to that starting lineup and everything. Just starting games better sometimes it's just like takes them a second to get into the game, you know what I'm saying, and everything, just in terms of like some defensive possessions, sure, just missing some easy shots. So I think those things as well. And then there's just times where not having great core vision, seeing that Azzi's wide open in the corner. I would like to see them set up some more shots for Azzi sometimes, sure. Some more screens, kind of like I said, sure, and everything. I think back to the lineups. Some of Gino's lineups, I think, are very questionable. When we're starting the third quarter off with a starting lineup, which has proven over and over and over again to not be effective, I'm tired of him being so set on the starting lineup. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, okay? This was a big game. We did what we were supposed to do and blew them out in the game. But eventually, I feel like the starting lineup going to cost him. In some fashion, it's going to be a closer game than we would like. So I really think he has to move away from the starting lineup and everything. And just some X's and O's and everything. I think the chemistry, you already see it brewing with like Sarah Strong, Sarah Williams, Azzi Fudd, and that you see what K9's been able to do. So I think the chemistry and just certain hiccups or whatever or miscommunications that they have offensively are going to get cleaned up over time. Just his rotations, his lineups, and everything. Sometimes the way that they play is puzzling to me, but usually they figure it out in the game. So I may be forgetting some stuff in terms of some stuff that irritated me or some stuff that I didn't like and everything. But yeah, that's my honest view, kind of today's game. Some scouts also did go to the game. So, it was cool. It was cool. Jose went to the game. So we love to see that. Got to see Azzi play in real time because Azzi will be a Dallas Wings soon, trust. Got to see Sarah Williams play. Just got to see the team play. So I thought that was positive, that some WNBA like coaches, scouts got to come see this game and everything. And yeah, that's my takes. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What were some possessions that you liked? What were some possessions that you didn't like? And we can kind of continue that ultimately and everything as well. But yeah, that's it.